Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that takes the lead in today's edition for Tuesday, 28th May 2024, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. A young American missionary couple in Haiti fall victim to gang violence there. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. A young American couple doing missionary work in Haiti was killed in a gang ambush, according to their family. Now the White House is raising the pressure for an international force to take control of Haiti's security. CBS's Manuel Bojorquez has the latest.
Married couple 23-year-old Davy and 21-year-old Natalie Lloyd were devoted to their mission, despite the violence plaguing Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince. They were working for Oklahoma-based Missions in Haiti, a nonprofit run for more than 20 years by Davy's parents, when they ran into trouble Thursday.
We never imagined what could happen happened.
In a Facebook post, the organization said the Lloyds were leaving one of their churches when they were ambushed by a gang of 3 trucks full of guys and taken to a house where Davy was, quote, tied up and beat. A Haitian employee, Jude Montes, came to help. But before long, another gang showed up and gunfire erupted.
Davy, Natalie, and Jude barricaded themselves in our home down there. But then the gangs just started shooting up the place. Eventually busted the door down and went in and shot them and killed them.
Haiti's descent into chaos has only worsened since the latest round of violence erupted in February. Brutal gangs are set to control 80% of the capital, emboldened after their demands forced the former prime minister to resign and pushing back against a newly formed interim government. Tonight, the families of the young couple are dealing with the unimaginable loss. They led lives of purpose and they had lives of meaning. In their absence now, what do you think they represent?
Their lives represent that true love and that deep consideration of others before yourself. That's really the bottom line.
Davy Lloyd actually grew up in Haiti and spoke Creole. The families of the young couple say they would do anything to bring attention to the plight of Haiti's more than 11 million residents who live under some degree of poverty and hunger. Maurice?
So difficult there, Manny. Thank you.
ABC News' Selena Wang joins to discuss her sit-down with President William Ruto of Kenya and his pledge as it relates to Haiti.
President Biden is forming a strengthened partnership with Kenyan President William Ruto to protect democracy in Haiti. During Ruto's historic visit to the White House, Ruto became the first African president to visit the White House since 2008. He's pledging to send 1,000 Kenyan forces to Haiti as part of the United Nations-backed effort to curb gang violence amid a dire humanitarian crisis. President Biden also pledging to designate Kenya as the first sub-Saharan African country to be a major non-NATO ally, a move that would give Kenya the same designation as Qatar, Israel, and 16 other countries. President Ruto sat down with our ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang to discuss this new partnership. Selena joins us now from outside of the White House with more. Selena, tell us more about what you learned from the president about this multilateral peacekeeping force to try to quell the violence in Haiti.
Well, Elizabeth, this is an incredibly ambitious undertaking. There is no African country that has ever led a security mission outside of the continent. There are huge challenges, including language barriers, questions about how familiar they are with how the Haitian gangs operate. But when I pressed the Kenyan president on these various topics, he was very confident that this peacekeeping mission can be successful. Take a listen to what he told me. A group of missionaries, including Americans, were killed in Haiti last night by gangs. Can the Kenyan forces stop that kind of violence?
Yes. We believe we have what it takes. We have the necessary experience. And we have built, as I talk to you, I have a team from Kenya in Haiti for the last 1 week doing an assessment of the capabilities that are available, the collaborations that are necessary. They have made contact. They have engaged with the Transitional Presidential Council. They have talked to the ministry responsible for security. They have had a conversation with the Inspector General of the police and the whole police leadership. And I think we have the best chance to deal with the gangs and to secure Haiti once and for all.
I also pressed him on what long-term impact this would have, because in the short term it may quell violence, but this doesn't solve the underlying issues for the instability in Haiti. And he said that their role there is to also help train the local police forces so that when they leave, they're able to manage their own country.
Selena, what did President Ruto tell you about why Kenya is doing this now? What did he say about the mission, the rules of engagement, and if any other countries might join Kenya too?
Yeah, it's a big question, Elizabeth, and it's something I pressed him on as well, because he's faced huge criticism and pushback at home. Critics who say, why are you committing Kenya to this foreign war when Kenya itself has so many problems and it hasn't been secured itself? Now, he says that Kenya is stepping up on the global stage, that they are doing this because they have a duty to secure peace in other parts of the world. I also pressed him if he's doing this at request of America, because U.S. forces cannot be on the ground there. They will not be on the ground there. America needs Kenya's help in Haiti. But he was very adamant that he's making this decision himself. It's his own decision. Now, this is backed by the U.S. They are providing a lot of funding and training. There are other countries that are getting involved. This will be multilateral, but Kenya is leading this peacekeeping mission.
Selena Wang, thanks so much for bringing us that interview.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick,
in association with our friends at
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
On Labor Day, May 23rd in Jamaica, both major political party leaders joined efforts to contribute to the National Labor Day Project, which aimed to improve inclusivity for the elderly and disabled. More from this Natalia Clark CVM News item.
For years, possibly decades, the most vulnerable among us, including the elderly and the disabled, were often overlooked in conversations about national progress. Fortunately, the 21st century has seen Jamaica making significant strides in this regard. Building on this momentum, Jamaica's National Project for Labor Day 2024 saw Prime Minister Andrew Holness and opposition leader Mark Golding join efforts at the Institute of Jamaica to construct a ramp, facilitating easier access to this culturally rich site. Holness emphasizes the importance of such initiatives in a developing country.
It is not only a physical exercise when the government speaks about access for our vulnerable and access for persons with disabilities and access for our elderly. When we talk about access, we mean giving them the means by which they are able to access a better life.
This, he says, include improvements in different pension programs. He admits, however, that much still needs to be done.
Our government needs to do more in ensuring that all our people, but particularly our poor, our elderly, and our vulnerable persons and persons with disabilities have the ability to access a better quality of life.
Golding shares similar sentiments, proposing a whole year dedicated to ramping up access for the vulnerable.
A lot of work to be done to transform the buildings and structures of Jamaica and other institutions from where we are and where we're coming from to one which embraces the fundamental principle of accessibility for all. And I think that if we have a period of time dedicated to that, which we have monitoring and evaluation for, we can see real progress.
Natalia Clark, CVM News.
In this edition of Business Watch, Ansa McCall Bank has reported significant turnarounds year on year. Meanwhile, the Ansa McCall Group says it will continue to explore green energy projects. Peter Christopher reports in this CNC3 Business Watch out of Trinidad.
Answer Merchant Bank has enjoyed a significant recovery in fiscal year 2023. Managing Director Ian D'Souza says the publicly traded company was very happy with the turnaround from the $60 million loss recorded last year. D'Souza explains the recovery was buoyed by the recovery of the international investment market.
In the banking segment, there was profit before tax of $105 million. General insurance, they reported just about $53 million. Life insurance, $37 million. There was some intergroup eliminations of $5 million, which brings the group to a profit before tax of $201 million.
The bank's subsidiary, Tattle and Tattle Life, also notes a significant turnaround.
2023 was also positively impacted by recovery in international investment markets. When we look at our 2023 performance of $98 million, it was a recovery of over 200% compared to the prior year.
Antamacale Group Chief Executive Officer Anthony N. Sabga III says the company will continue to explore green energy and renewable projects. At the group's 95th annual meeting of shareholders, he explains the company has seen significant success with these projects.
And we're doing so quite purposefully with green energy investments. As you're aware, we're in the solar, continue to invest further into solar, and also extracting value from our wind-generating energy projects.
He adds the company's returnable packing business has given the group a significant boost in this regard. Peter Christopher, CNC3 Business Watch.
Still on Trinidad, the finance minister there declares that the Farley Augustine-led THA Tobago House of Assembly is being treated better and has been receiving more financing than the previous PNM-led THA Assembly. Details in this TTT News report.
So this new assembly has been treated better. Now, I know they have some people inside here who would not be too happy. Mr. Jack, relax. I know they have people in here who would not be too happy about that, but that's what we did. So the new assembly is getting money in bigger blocks, quicker than the PNM House of Assembly. So that's the first thing that needs to be known, because I'm sure you didn't know that. Okay? It was a request made by Farley. I agreed.
Minister Imbert recalled a meeting he had with Chief Secretary Farley Augustine and his team on December 23rd, 2021.
So the new Chief Secretary came with his team and so on. And he said to me, I know that because of cash flow problems, money is tight and so on, that you were giving the previous assembly its subvention on a monthly basis. He said, I have a request for you. Could you give us 2 months out of the 3 months in advance, and then give us the third month in month 3? Because, there are 12 months in a year. So every quarter, we have 3 months. So he said, January, March, April, whenever the beginning of the quarter is, could I get 2 months? And then you'll give me the third one later. I said, okay. It was all in the spirit of collaboration. The most amount of money released, this is not what is in the budget, because sometimes you have numbers on a piece of paper. A release is when you actually get it. The most amount of money released to the House of Assembly between 2016 and 2021 was $2,578,000,000 released in 2023 to this assembly. So I don't know what more I'm supposed to say. What more? They get the most amount of money and they get it faster.
Mr. Imbert broke down the figures. The finance minister said he has the paperwork to validate his utterances and went further.
This is direct releases to the House of Assembly. But in addition to that, the central government spends money otherwise through various agencies like the Water and Sewage Authority, the Port Authority, the Airports Authority, and so on. And over the period 2019 to 2023, that's the figures I got, the central government during that period spent a total of $2.9 billion in Tobago, in addition to the regular subventions.
Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.